Yeah, good evening, guys. Hello.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, thank you. One second. In last session, what we discussed, any ideas? I think we started the data view and which one we are completed. So we started the simple if else, right? And we already seen how we can access the data with using different selectors. Single value selector, multi-value selector, I think index selector, this is the one, right? So already we've seen how we can able to write a if conditions, and if with the help of else we can check the condition. If the condition is true, then we can perform something. This the thing we are seeing, right? Okay, today we are going to see the next part is, so can anyone tell me what is the usage of the functions in any programming language? Why we are using the functions? The functions.
Reusable.
Yeah, the functions, the main intention is we need to implement the reusability. That means once you read the code and we can able to use that piece of the code in different way, in different places. So again, we no need to write any same piece of the code again and again. For that one, we need to create a function. You can do same like then what is the first three letters of the function? Fun. By using the keyword called function fun, we can able to create a function. So that's the one. Just you can see it's very easy. So generally we need to create a function at the header part of your data view. So here we need to create a function. Here you can see I am writing the simple function, that is my show. As usual, the same Java syntax it is following. You can see what is the name of the function here,
Sure.
show, and it is taking any argument.
No.
Is it no argument? Then here we need to provide the body. So how we can provide the body means you can simply give the equal to, then you can start writing off your function body. So we no need to place any open brace, something like that one. Here what is my intention? I want to I want return some data, right? You can see welcome to mule functions. Here we no need to return any value explicitly. So automatically after executing of the function, whatever the payload is there, it is automatically returned to you. Here you can see how we can call the function by using the name. We can able to call it. You can see. So here I am not returning any value automatically. It is returning whatever the payload is there automatically return. This is the way we can able to call the function. Okay. Let us say, so there are where we can use this one. There is a name and a surname is there. For example, I am creating some data like this one. For the employee ID is there. For the employee ID 101, and employee first name is there. So it's a basic one. Generally, everyone talk about this like example. The Smith, and there is a last name is there. So last name is the Martin. And what is my intention is I want to print the combination of the first name and last name. Okay. So this is my input. Now what is my intention? I want to return one function. So wherever this function taking the two parameter, and I should return the combination of the first name and last name, concatenation. For that one, I need to return a function, right? So first I'm creating the body like this one. You can see the employee ID. So where we can get this employee ID? Payload dot.
EMP ID.
So
EMBA.
here which selector I am using? Which selector I am used?
Single values.
So single value selector. So the next one is here I want to print the full name. So generally without using the also we can able to get this one full name. So how we can get the full name? The concatenation of the first name and the last name, right? So here what we do is I am creating the one function. For example, I can give some meaningful function name. We can call it as a uh, I can give otherwise the same thing. What we can give?
Name.
Sorry, can you give any function name? Then we can give the display. Otherwise, we can go. You can see I'm calling the one function. Otherwise, we can go for the show only. Let's see. You can see here I am calling the show function for this full name, whatever the value written by the show function, this value is assigned to this one. But here what is my intention is this show function I am passing two arguments and those two arguments must be written the concatenating. Okay, that is my intention. So here I how you can pass the two parameters payload dot your first name I am passing, and there is a second parameter is there payload dot your the last
Last
name.
name.
So here I am passing the last name. But here you can see it is showing an error. What is that error? Just read out
Many
this error.
arguments.
Too many
Too many
arguments.
arguments means you can see you are just created the function with the name show. And what is this one? This function don't have the any argument. But here you can see what is this function call? My function call is taking two argument.
Two
That
arguments.
means definition is quite different. So here I can change this function definition. What is the name of the function show? And it is taking two arguments, right? So for example, I am giving this as my first, the second value is the last. Okay, so equal to, then here what is your requirement? You need to return the concatenation, right? How we can concatenate it? First plus plus, what is the second value? Last.
Last.
Got it? It's very simple. Concatenation is by using the plus plus operator, we are concatenating whatever the value here you are passing, that is copy into the argument the first, whatever the second value is there, this value is copied into the last, and we are
Last.
simply concatenating. So here we no need to return anything, automatically whatever the data is at the end of the function, it is automatically return. So this is the way we can able to write the function like this one. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Now, for example, I want to create one more function. So what is this one? This function, my data is like this one this time. 1 second. Maybe it is more meaningful. Okay, first I can write. So this is the one, right? So there is a country is there. Country, it is India, and there is a phone number is there. Phone. 1 second. Okay, so they're giving the phone number something 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Okay, now what is my intention is, for example, if the country code is India, then I want to give my phone number as just like this one. So generally in India, how the phone numbers are formatted?
Plus 9
First
1.
plus 9
Plus
1,
9
then
1.
the
Nine.
first
Phone
5
number.
letters of the right, then again we can give the one space, and last 4 5 main. What is the word? 6 9 8 7. 10 numbers are coming. 1 2 3 4 5 6 8 9. Then we can. Okay. So this is the format I want to give it when the country is
India.
India. For example, other than country India is there, then what is your fun? For example, here maybe you are getting the other than country India. For example, I am getting the US. Then what is the format for the US phone number?
Plus 1.
So plus.
1.
So your data is coming like this one inside of the 0 1. Then they can give it just like this one, right? 69877. Okay. Now, so I want to write a function for to format your phone number. If the country is India, then you want to call one format. If the country is the US, then I want to give the format something like that one. Okay. You can get the my requirement, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we can copy this entire data. I think this is enough. We can, let's check this one, how we can write this information. Okay, I'm removing this one. Okay, now you guys tell me generally. So what is the one here? I don't want to, I already written one function for to concatenating. So here I want to write one more function. What is that function name? Format phone. Okay, so PHONE. Okay, so this function takes how many arguments?
Two.
One or two. For example, here you can write it. For first we can write. So country. So how we can get the country? Payload dot.
Country.
So country, and here what is your number? This is your phone, right? The phone. So here we need to format the phone. So for example, I am calling a one function called format phone. So here how many arguments I want to pass it. So you can
Country
directly
level.
format the phone number, or depending on the country, you need to format the phone number.
Depending on the
Depending on the
country.
country.
Then that means you need to pass the how many arguments? One or two?
Two.
Two, right? One is your country code, second is your phone number, right? So how we can pass that one? Payload dot
Country.
country. Then what is the second parameter? Payload
Payload dot
dot
phone.
what the phone number,
Phone.
right? So this is your function call. Then here we can go here, and here we need to write your function definition. So here you can see I am saving this entire data inside of the country and the same thing inside of the phone. Okay, then here I need to write the function definition. Now you guys tell me how we can check that condition. If the country is India, then I want to write one format. If the other than country India, then we, for example, US, then I want to print one format. So other than anything is coming, as usually I want to print my phone number. How we can check the conditions?
If country equal
That
to
tell
India.
me if
Country equal
country,
to India.
yeah, tell me country is equal to
IND.
IND, then tell me. Yeah.
Then
So we
in
need to
double quotes we
format
need to
the,
put
yeah,
line
we
one.
need to format the phone number. Tell me. Yeah. What is the phone number field you want? So for the India, the first value should be the +91. Then you can the plus
Line
91.
one.
Then, so it is a string. So we need to concatenate with the next one is
Phone.
first 5 letters of your phone number. 1 second. Actually, this is your string data. Okay. Now tell me, first 5 letters, how you can get it? It is a string. Then how we can get the first 5 letters?
Range we need to
Yeah, tell
mention.
me. The phone
Zero to
within the
Zero
square
to
bracket,
0
0
to
to
4.
4 or 5?
4.
4. Then again we can give the plus plus. Here we need to give the one space. Then again we need to concatenate with the, again, what is the remaining thing? Phone within the square bracket. How we can get it? 5 to
Ten.
5 to minus 1 I
Minus
can
1.
give. It's easy, right? We don't know, right? That you can see if the country is India, then this is the format. Else, yeah, again, else if
If country equal to
country is equal to
US.
which one? US.
US.
Then tell me how we can format this code. First, we can write inside of the bracket 0, 1.
1.
Then, so we need to concatenate this one plus plus. Again, the same thing. I think for this one, okay, yeah. First 5 letters, then the same logic, right? Maybe I can copy this paste. Is it okay, guys?
Yes.
Yeah. Otherwise, whatever the remaining is coming, so I don't want to format it. Whatever the data is there, as it is, I'm printing it. Okay. So this is the logic we are written here. Now we are going to see it, whether this is coming as per your requirement or not. Okay, it is throwing an error. Why it is throwing? Because here we need to put the comma. Now you can see +91, after we need to give one space. Okay, now you can see if the country is the India, and you can see you are passing phone number as the normal one, so it is automatically converted to the +91 something something. Then you can see here I'm changing my country India to US. Then you can see automatically converted, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
So this is the way, depending on your requirement, you want to reformat the data, then we can write a one function, and wherever you require, we can call this function. For example, there is one more field is coming. Now it is the phone, right? There is a mobile phone is coming. Then, so they are giving the mobile phone, then they are giving the values like this one. 2, 3, 6, how many numbers are? 3,
10.
no. So is there
7.
anything? 7 are there, 8, 9. Okay, so everything I can put inside of a double quotes. I think one number is extra there. Then here you can see for this one also I need to format it. Again, we need to write this entire logic, or we can call this function.
We can call the function.
Then you can understand what the usage of the function. You can return the code only once and you can call that function any number of times. You can see format the phone, the same thing. You can see payload dot country, payload dot this time.
Mobile.
This time we need to call payload dot mobile.
Mobile.
Okay, you can see everything is converted. So this the way we can use the function whenever you want depending on your requirement. Got it, guys? Yes or no?
Yes.
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 Yeah. So this is the way. For example, this generally this is the one of the real time. So whenever you are formatting the any phone numbers depending on the country, just like this one, we need to reformat. There is no other way is there. So sometimes you need to write the logic for you. Okay. So previously we are seeing one concatenation function. This is your phone number formatting. So depending on your requirement, we can able to call this. You can see here what kind of function here you are passing. This is the function with the function
Okay.
with the argument. Okay. So for example, there is no field, there is no value for the phone number. Then what happens? For example, you can see you have written the code according to everything, but sometimes this value is not coming and it is coming like this one. Then you can see definitely this time it is showing an error. You can see it is showing an error. Why it is showing an error?
Because it is expecting and getting null, expecting any of
It is
array range or
expecting
not.
a value, but there is no value is there, but we don't know, right, whether that particular value is coming or not. Then how we can solve these kind of problems? This is a real-time problem generally we are getting. So you are fetching the data as a CSV file. So in CSV file, sometimes your data is missing. So in this situation, the phone number field is missing, but you have written the logic, everything is correct, but there is no value is there. Then how we can solve these problems?
We have to apply null
Default
check.
value
Where we need to put the default value.
in the when we are passing the arguments
So
format.
where here?
Yeah.
Yeah, here. So I can pass the phone number field here. Let me 1 second. I can show.
We should apply not null check.
I don't know.
Hmm.
You can tell me one by one, and we will solve it out. Okay. For example, someone is saying, so we need to place the default here. We need to place the default, right? Your intention is
That's
default is 0. You can see it is not allowing you. It is not coming. That anything, it is not working. Then there is no option for the default. Then second one, someone is asking, so we can replace the null. Then if we can replace the null means we are applying the concatenation. Then it is quite opposite, right? So generally, what is your expectation? If the value is the null, then we need to place
Zero.
we need to place a null string, right?
Yes.
Right. So where we can place the null string? So this is your entire data. So I think I already discussed this entire thing. You can see. So this is your entire data. If there is no value is there here, we need to return.
Default.
Let me try it. Otherwise, you can see still it is showing an error because you can see you are applying the data. You can see you are accessing the array, right? So here there is no array is there. Then it is automatically throwing error. Yeah, here we need to provide the here we need to provide the your default values, but the functions providing some mechanisms. You can see if there is no value is there here also we can able to provide some values. You can see country equal to space, the phone number equal to space. You can see here also we can able to provide some default value. Just remember. Okay, so here for example the country, there is no country is there, then I can mention my country as the India. If there is no phone number field is coming, then I can place all are the zeros. Okay, now you can see how many zeros are there. Uh, phone number 8. How many zeros? 3. The 10 is coming,
11.
right? Yeah.
We have to
Then yeah, tell me. Yeah. Okay, everything is good. Then why it is 1 second,
I think
guys.
it's 9.
9. 9 also no problem. Then we are getting the 5 to -1, na? Unable to null. India is
You have to
coming. Everything is correct. For
you have
one
to
second.
type
Yeah, yeah.
first.
No, 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 other way. No, no need. Here you can see we are passing the value na anyhow. Done now. 1 second. Okay, where it is the phone and the mobile is there. Country is the India. Comparing US with India, always return the false. False means here we can get it. Okay.
Hmm.
This is the only problem with the concatenation of the string only. Don't worry. I will take another example, then I can understand. Oh, it's not taking default values. Okay, okay. So phone number, everything it is taking. One second, guys. Generally, this should take the phone number. Okay, okay. No. 1 second. Functions with the default values. Maybe I missed anything. So, 4. Okay. Okay. Defining a functions and pattern matching, type conversion, string. Yeah, correctly. You can see here the meaning of this one. If there is no values there, then it is automatically coming this value. Okay. 1 second. Let me see it. Where it is. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Got it. So can we change this example 1 second? Then we can, okay. You can see here, for example, this value is the phone is the null string. Then here you can pass, it is passing as the null. Then we can apply, for example, here we are not passing any phone number here. So let me change that example, simple. So you can see here we are not passing any phone number, then it is automatically picking the value from this default value. So that is the main intention of this one. For example, here you can see I am removing this one, but you can observe it. What is the value of your phone number? What format it is taking? You can see the phone number here. I am not passing any value here. You can observe it, but it is picking some default value. How it is picking means, so at the time of the function definition also we can able to provide some default values. If this we are passing the two values, then these two values are copied into country and the phone number. If you are passing only one single argument, then we can able to pass the second value picking from this phone number. This we can call it as a default arguments inside of a function. Just remember, guys, what is this one? Default argument values for the function argument. Okay, so we will see this one, how we can solve this concatenation with the null values are coming. Okay, so don't worry. This is the way we can able to do it. Okay, we can pass the default arguments. Okay, so same example I can explain like this one, then you can understand the what are the uses of the default arguments in the function. Passing as a function the sum. It's a standard example I am returning. A comma B comma C. Generally rare situations only we are using these conditions. A plus B plus C. Okay. So here I am passing the value as a sum. Sorry. So here you can see this is the standard one, 10 comma 20 comma 30. Invalid input of A. Is there anything
Function, we have to
else?
call this name function.
No, we can put the equal to. Okay.
Yeah.
So we are missing the equal to, that's why it is throwing an error. You can see. So if you are passing the three arguments, 10 will be copied into the A, 20 will be copied into the B, 30 will be copied into the C. For example, if you are passing only one single two arguments, then it is automatically throwing an error, right?
Yes.
So, but here you can see to avoid this situation, we can provide some default values here. You can see if they are not passing any value third argument, it is automatically picking that value from here. Okay.
Mhm.
So you are passing two argument, but there is no argument is that, then it is automatically picking. So this one, for example, B equal to 0, A equal to 0. So you are written one function to perform the operation, right? If you are passing single one, then it is automatically picking the remaining two from your default arguments and it is coming. If you are passing the two argument, then it is automatically picking. If you are passing three arguments, it is automatically this one. So this concept you can call it as a function with the default argument values. Okay.
Mhm.
So maybe you are passing the one phone number and the mobile number, let us assume. Okay. So what is the expectation? The mobile number you are formatted, the office number you are formatted. If you are passing only one single one, what about the remaining thing? Then we can pass something like this one. Okay. Otherwise, you can go for the one more example. You can see I'm returning one name. So what is the name of the name? Maybe you are getting full name. Okay, this is my first and this is my second. Okay, so what is the, oh, again it is a concatenation, na? Let's check this one. Okay. First plus second. Here you are passing the value, full name, like this one. What is the full name function, right? Full name. Here you can pass two names, Smith, comma, John. You can see it is automatically concatenating. For example, you are passing only one single name. Two, full name. It is the Martin. I'm calling it. Definitely it is throws an error, right?
Yeah.
So how
But
we can avoid this one? So we can simply provide some default strings here. Then you can see if you pass the only single one, it is treated as the first one. What about the second value? There is no second value there. Then it is picking from your default value. It is automatically concatenating. We don't need to do it, right? We don't need to again, we don't need to rewrite it, we don't need to recheck it, right?
yes.
So this is the way we can able to provide some default values. For example, there is a date validation is there. If you're not passing any date value, then we can put some default value, right?
Mhm.
So in the situation, we can able to use some default values like this one. Got it? So inside of the function argument here, we are passing the default things. I hope you can understand, right? Where we can use this default and everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this is the default functions and everything. And what is the usage of the function? Most important one,
To use
code,
the code.
code
Reuse the code.
reusability. Okay. So this is all about the functions and let me write one simple function. Let's check this one. I want to write one simple user defined function to check whether the given number is even or odd. I think it's previously we are all discussed this one. So let me write one simple function. So I'm reading number, whatever the number is there, I am printing here. After this one, I want to type. If it is a even, then I want to call it as even something. Here I want to print it. For this one here, I want to check a function. Okay, I can write check. So here my data is coming from payload. Okay, so here I am passing my data. Then you guys tell me here how we can pass the value here. Payload dot message, right? Now you guys tell me what is the function definition. What is my name of the function?
Fun, check,
Check. Then how many argument it is taking?
2.
Then we can give this 2, only 1.
1
It
number
is only
divided by
taking the number, then it is going to equal to, then definition. So how we can check whether this number is even or odd?
mod of
Is even.
So mod of
mod of number and 2.
number comma 2 is equal to 0.
Zero.
Then that's it.
We can also use is even function.
Yes, yes. But here my intention is I want to write one user defined function, right? So here
Mhm.
you want to return. What is the message you want to return?
Even
Even. So else.
odd,
So
odd.
okay, here we can write it. Okay. So this is the way we can able to write the functions. Okay, why I'm written the function means in the next class you can understand. There are predefined functions also there, but here what is my intention? I want to check the condition. If the condition is true, then I want to perform something like this one. Okay, so this is the way we can able to write your user defined function. Here you can pass it. Okay, but here you can see what kind of data here I am sending.
String.
String, right? That even though it is a string, but it is a numerical value, that's why it is not throwing an error, right? For example, here you can see I am passing value like this one. It is showing an error, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why it is showing an error?
We're expecting a number and
You
we're
can see you need to understand these are the problems. You can see my input, the check always expecting the data as a input or the number or the string. Is there anything you specified? Not right.
no.
So for example, I want to restrict it. So my function arguments must allow only string data type only. So this is the way I want to restrict it, right? How we can able to restrict it means you can see simple, you can give colon, then here you can able to mention whatever the data type you wanted. Now you can see previous error is different. Now this error is different. What is this error? You can just read out. So your check function is expecting the number, but you are passing string. So previously you can see previously here there is no restriction is there. Then you can see it is auto correction is it is asking. Okay. Now how we can override this auto correction means this is the way we can able to specify your new data type whenever you are passing the argument. Then according to that only it is taking the input. Okay.
Also, we can make sure that it is not null in other
Yes.
some functions.
Here where we can how we can check that one.
The previous example where we skip.
Yeah, you
we
can see. No.
whether
My
the
asking is okay. Your data is coming here. So how we can
Mhm.
check this is the null or not?
So just like predefined is number or is null, is there
Yeah.
any that colon not null?
Yes, is there.
Line number
Right.
4.
Yeah,
Line
I
number
got. Okay. First we will see this one next cases. Otherwise we can write that one also. No need to use that predefined one. So how we can check this one that is the null or something? Equal to null or equal to null string. That's it. Yes, you can say I'm writing. You can see here you must pass the value as the numerical, then only we can able to get it. For example, your second case. If there is no value is coming, your data is coming as a null string. So then here, what is your requirement? If a data is coming as a null, then you want to return. You want to return only null string. There is no value. Is there something right? Right? Otherwise, so you want to return some custom message. How we can check that if it is coming as the null or not?
That's why I'm asking. Is there any predefined is not
No,
null?
not necessarily everything, right? You can see it is the number. If it is
Mhm.
equal to the null string, then what is your requirement? You need to put some message here. This is the one I want to return it. Else, you can write like this one. Got it? I think
Okay.
it is showing an error. 1 second. Is there anything I missed? Okay. Okay. You can see it is showing an error. Anyone can identify the error?
It goes string to number.
You can see you are restricting the data type to the number. But here you are is getting the null string, but you try to convert, you are try to check this one, it is automatically throwing error, but you can see now it is gone.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is the way also you can able to eliminate. You can see you are asking about now how we can check this is the null or something. You can see. So this is your value. This value is equal to default. This is the null string. Okay. R you can see. R. You can write like this one. This is the normal one is equal to the null. For example, here there is no value is there. Then what is the meaning of this one? Null. You can see which one it executed. Right? Got it, guys? So maybe you
No,
can
can you
also
put-
write it. So there is a predefined function is there, but this is the way also you can able to check whether the given value is the null or a empty string. Got it?
Yeah, a bit.
No. Here you can see what is the meaning of the null. There is no value is there. Then you can simply you can see whatever the value is there, you are comparing with the null. That's it. That means here if this condition is true means there is no value is there. Then you are printing this value. That is the first case. So if you are passing the null string, null not a null, it is a null string. Okay. If it is a null string means there is no value is there, right? For these two conditions are for the, if there is no value is there, then we can write the condition checking the condition like this one. Right? If the value is there, then we can apply the logic here and we can write like this one. Got it?
Can you put any number in that message
Here?
in input? Like 7, yeah, something.
Yeah.
Odd number, any odd number. Yeah,
That is the odd one only.
yeah, 25, yes.
The 29 is odd. 26 is the even. Got it? So this is the way we can check it generally. Okay. So you ask about now, is there any predefined function is there? Now, yes, there is a one predefined function is there. So you can see I can write it. Is, you can see when we click on the is, it is automatically coming. So is there any function is not there? What is the first function name?
Is blank.
You can see what is the meaning of the is blank is maybe your value is a null string or a empty string. Both are, it is checking. Is blank. Is there another function is there? What is the second one? Is.
Is an empty array.
So you can
It's
see
for array.
this is the only work on array, top of array also it is working, string, everything we can able to check it. Okay. For example, is empty, let's say what value it is returning. Okay. For example, let us say the same thing. For example, here I am placing here and remove this one. Why it is okay? It is the payload dot message. 1 second here.
Yeah, payload dot message dot.
Okay. Now you can see it is returning
False.
Boolean value, right? Either true or false. That means is empty is equivalent to this statement. Either you can write this statement manually, otherwise you can use this function as it is. Whatever you can write it.
Got
it?
That's why.
So
Yes.
this is the manual one. This is the predefined function. That's up to you. Got it? How we can check the null values and how we can able to remove the null value, something like this one, right? So this is the way we can able to check whether this value is an empty or the null string. According to that one, we can able to write your logic. Otherwise, by using the is empty function, we can able to do whatever you required. For example, let's check this one. If it is now coming as a null string, then it should return true. You can see. For example, here I am passing as the null, then you can see the true. The same thing. Either you can use this statement or either you can use this one. It's up to you.
Is empty. Or what about is blank?
Is blank is there is only one space.
Is blank
It
is
not checking for the null string. It is only checking for the blank space. Yeah. Place the null, then it is automatically throws an error here.
Error. Okay, it only works with string only.
Yeah, it's only if it is an array, then maybe your data is not coming something. Okay. So that's the way we can able to check whether your value is empty or the null string, because in the real times these generally we need to use these functions, because your data is coming. If there is data only, we need to proceed. If there is no data, then we need to throw an error something. So frequently we need to check these functions. That's what that's why I'm telling in these many times. Just remember. Okay, most important one. Remaining everything by practice you can get it, but just remember this one. Okay. This is all about the function. There is nothing is there in the function. By practice you can get it. So one, the function we can call it as a function with the argument, function with the specific data types. Here we can able to specify some default values. Otherwise you want to something you in restrict, you want to access only string data type or the number data type. So this is the way also we can able to do it. Okay, that's all about the function, guys. Only how we can write the function, not about the built-in function. Just remember. Okay. Yes or no, everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there is one more thing is there, that is it's very simple, but in the interview point of view, it's very important. And what is that one? Just read out this name.
Lambdas, Java 8.
So what is the lambda? Anyone?
One-liner expression.
One line expression that we can call it as a inline, right? So what is the lambda generally? So I can write some statements on the screen, then you guys tell me, then it is easy to understand. What is this one?
So
It is a word, it is a variable, or it is a statement. What is that one? I
it's a
don't know, right?
word
Right now you can see what is this one.
function
Function.
So how we can set that this is the function,
that curly pair
right?
braces
So now you
Yes.
can see I am written one more thing. What is this one?
statement.
No. Function call, right?
Function call, yeah.
Yes.
Then you can see. So what is this one? Function.
Definition.
Definition.
So this is your function definition, this is your function call, this is your function, right? That means generally the function, how we can write the function means you can call the functions and you need to execute the function definition wherever you are called the function. That means we need to write the function definition separately, right? And the moreover, the most important one you can see, so this symbol indicates the function, right? What is the name of the function?
Sure.
So what is the name of the function here? Show. So that means every times the function must have the
Same.
name, right? Then, so let's
Yes.
see. For example, I have written one function add, and it is taking two arguments, A and B. This is my function call, and this is my function definition. A comma B is equal to, then I want to return A plus B. Okay. Now you guys tell me what is the name of the function? How many argument it is taking?
2.
So what is the definition of this one?
A plus B.
Everything seems to be good, right? So for example, how we can call this one? Add of 10 comma 20, right? So this is the way we can call it. But what is my requirement is I don't want to create any function with the name. What is my requirement? I don't want to create a function with the name, but I want to create a function, right? So how that is possible means that we can call it as a lambda. Lambdas are nothing but the functions without the name, that we can call it as a lambda. Then here you can the same thing. Here it is the function definition, right? So here what is your requirement? You don't want to put the any function name. Then you can start with the A comma B. Then so after this one, what you need to write it? You need to write your function definition. Simple. You can see we can put the arrow mark. So normal function we need to place the equal to. For the lambdas we need to use
Arrow.
arrow. Then here you need to write whatever the function definition you want it. So this is my function definition. Everything is completed. Then how we can call this function? Definitely we need to call the function, na? So how we can call the function? Entire, there is no name of the function is there, but you already know each function must have these values, right? Just forget about this one. You can see this is your function name, let us assume. So how we can say that this is a function? At the end must have the,
Curly braces.
so this is the one that, for example, I removed this one, then we can, this is not, this is a simple statement. When we place this automatically, this entire statement is, we can call it as a function, because each statement after you are placing any curly braces, automatically this statement is treated as a function. Now you tell me this entire thing is your A, B, C, something like that one. After that one, you are placing the curly braces. That's why this entire thing we can call it as a function. But what the specialty of this function? Is there any name is there?
No.
Then that is call it as a,
Lambda.
that's it. Lambdas are also a function, but these functions, these are not having any
Name.
names. That's it. Now you can go and see
They are
simple.
different from Java Lambda.
So this is the one. What about Java Lambda? Tell me.
They are functional interface. Now, when you one abstract method and you want to implement at the runtime.
See here, there is no concept of the classes and interfaces, na? The
That's
simple
right.
terminology.
Okay.
Okay, so you are talking about that's entirely different.
Okay. So no need to relate with Java, right?
No,
It is
no,
entire.
no. It's a simpler one, just like ABC's line of thing. It is not very hierarchical. It's very
Okay.
simple
Function without
language.
name.
Yes, it. Okay, where and how we can use it in future, you can understand. As of now, just remember this one. Don't get any confused. So where we can use, and every time we need to write the functions only. Something. Yeah. Okay. We can create one thing. Okay. We can. Yeah. 1 second. I will refresh and we can call it. So what is my requirement? I want to first I can create one function with the argument. Then the same function I am converting it to the
Lambda.
here a comma b. The first time the lambdas are little bit confused. Don't worry. By practice you can get it. A plus b. So here I want to create an object. So here you can give the result 0, 1. Then so what is the name? Add of 10 comma 20. It is automatically coming. Now here you can see. So here I want to create a function, but I don't want to give any name. Then so how? So here there is no function name is there, right? Then we can start with the function argument. It is taking two arguments, a comma b, right? So what is the definition of this one? You can see whatever here I am written. You can observe it. I'm just a copy and place here. That's it. You guys are observe it. Nothing is I'm not done. Okay. First I am completed my function definition. For this function, we need to call, right? How we can call it? Entire thing we can put it inside of the braces after this one. So we need to call this statement, right? Same thing. 30 comma 40. Got it? You can see the same definition. This is your function definition. So this is your lambda definition. This is your function call and this is your function call. Everything is available inside of one single line, but this function don't have any name. Got it?
Can you delete that function definition from header part?
This is the one.
Yeah.
Then this function is given
Yeah.
away. Yeah.
Yeah. This is also you can delete.
Okay. Then tell me. Yes.
Okay. Okay. So we no need to define it in header and then
No,
use it. We
that's
can
what I'm
directly
saying.
call.
Wherever you want, you can simply create that piece of the code here without having any name. This statement only. So where we generally here, this is the way not we are not going to use it. In the data view, everything in the predefined functions are there. They can read the data is in the form of lambda. There you can understand. Don't worry. So generally in the normal cases, we are not going to create any lambda. But in the data view, the map object, filter object, everything we need to pass the data as a form of the lambda. There you can understand. Okay, don't worry. Generally in this directly, we are not going to use these lambdas. But you can understand what is the definition of the lambda. The lambdas are all the functions, but they don't have any names. Okay, so here there is no name, but the execution part is available. That we can call it as a lambda. Okay, got it, guys?
Yes.
So that's all about the functions and the lambdas. Where we can use the lambdas in tomorrow, I will explain. Okay. So as of now, we are just completed the ABCs of your data view. That's it. There is nothing more is there. In tomorrow onwards, we are starting with the usage of the most useful functions. That mean map function, map object, filter
Oh,
object, reduce. These are the generally we need to use it. Okay, so in
mm,
tomorrow we will see all those things one by one, I think. Okay, so
yes, sir.
yeah, that's all about, guys. So if you have thoroughly you have practiced this them good, then tomorrow onwards you can able to solve the complex problems and everything. Okay, yeah, that's all for
Tomorrow,
today's. Yeah,
tomorrow will be holiday. Tomorrow is Friday. Yeah. Tomorrow is a lecture.
yeah, tomorrow we have the class. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
tomorrow I think I covered the filter and map object and the filter object. These things I think not if we are covering maximum filter everything. So yeah, is there anything else, guys? So you can come up with your own use cases also. We can solve in the class. Don't worry. Okay, we can stop.